Thank you for joining me today as I discuss narcissism expressed through vanity, or is vanity expressed through narcissism? I don't know. The point is, I want to talk about how people show themselves to the world, because I believe that oftentimes it's not an accurate representation of who they really are. And I know my recording this video isn't going to change that, but I do want to raise awareness about it. So, conversation I was observing recently was about how someone liked to wear their Sunday best to work. You know, they felt, why have all these nice garments hanging in their closet, being saved for some special occasion when we spend most of the time at work? So let's wear it to work. And my opinion was, as usual, the contrary point of view. But I like to see things from a different perspective. I like to consider other points of view, even advanced points of view that aren't necessarily my own, because I understand where that person is coming from. They're just saying, you know, why buy it and then not use it? And I've done that with clothes. I've known people that would buy something and wear it to death. You would just see them out in that same shirt everywhere. And I don't like to do that. I like to wear all my things and wear what I like sparingly, because, I don't know, I have this false notion perhaps that people are paying attention to what I'm wearing. They're remembering, oh, I just saw you wear that shirt the other day. And I know that's not necessarily the case, but the point is, you know, if you don't wear it, it just ends up becoming dated, and then you may wear it out a year later, and it's only been worn once or twice, and a year later, it's not even what people are wearing anymore. And I don't even know that that's really important, but that's maybe the topic of another discussion. But I've seen this happen not only with clothes, I've seen it happen with furniture and dishes, you know, assuming that you gotta save special fancy dishes for special fancy company, and have furniture that people can't sit on because you're afraid you're going to wear it out. I mean, that's ridiculous. I just think that people, you know, I don't want to go to work in my fanciest of clothes. I just feel, I'm just, you know, acting accordingly to, you know, to what I see where I work, and everybody seems pretty casual, so I'm pretty casual myself, and that's how I feel comfortable. You know, I don't want to be all dressed up to the nines when I go to work. I think that people burn out doing that every day. But I can respect that, and I appreciate that there are people out there that like to look their best to do something as simply take out the garbage. But you know, so I'm not going to judge them for that. I think that's great. But for me personally, I would get worn out. I think the important thing is that when you go out in public, that, you know, for example, Walmart, don't go there in your pajamas, all right? It's still a public place. You know, have a little dignity. And, you know, as long as you're wearing clothes that aren't stained or torn, you know, and that don't look like they are in desperate need of an iron. Don't wear faded stuff. You know, that's fine. You know, just, you know, and tank tops, maybe good for the beach, maybe good for, you know, wearing around the house, a pool party. It's not appropriate in public, especially if you're like over 35. That's my opinion. But it also depends on your build. I mean, if you have a nice body, you might want to show it off. I can understand that. But the important thing is just to make sure you're clothes are in good condition, and, groom yourself, comb your hair, wash your face, brush your teeth, and if you're someone that needs deodorant, you may want to spray some on. Other than that, anything else is unnecessary. But I see people that not only dress up, but they want to make a point of the labels. And I remember there was a time where people would not even remove tags off their clothes so that they can advertise what it is that they're wearing and imply how much money they must have spent on it. Ridiculous. Who cares? You think they do, they don't. You want to generate envy in strangers and your friends. Why? Over something that I think is just so shallow. And people aren't really wearing their labels out, their tags. I don't see that so much anymore. But I still see people wearing t-shirts that will say our Apostle, Abercrombie and Fitch, or Hollister. It's another form of free advertising, It's just all unnecessary. I've never thought that brand names were important. If the shirt looks nice, if the jeans look nice, I'm going to wear it. And that's all that matters, If I like it and it looks nice and I'm clean and presentable, that's all that matters. And that's what should matter for all of us. But, I feel that, yes, there are some people out there that really do get some self-gratification in wearing things that just happen to be expensive. But the goal shouldn't be to go out in public wearing things that are expensive to communicate that to other people, that you must be affluent or something because you're wearing these brand names or because of the car you're driving. Stuff does not matter. And, I feel that people are trying to put their best face forward. I see nothing wrong with that, but when it's phony, I have a problem with that. And I think there's people spending themselves into debt just to please other people. And that's not how I like to please other people. I like to have these conversations as I'm having with you. I like to share my point of view, and hopefully you agree with my point of view, or maybe you feel more evolved because you're listening to me. I want to be appreciated for what I think, not what I wear or the car I drive or the zip code I live in. I don't think that's important. And there's people that brag about the money they spend. I like to brag about the money I save. I think that portrays me as a shrewd shopper, somebody that does their homework and finds out where to get a good deal. So really, that's my message, really. Don't go out and spend a pile of money just for the sake of convincing people that you're leading the good life. It's such a waste. Don't go to places just for the purpose of surrounding yourself with friends, or in some cases even strangers, so you can just snap a couple of selfies and then post them on social media so that everybody thinks that you're having such a great life. You're not. Your life sucks. Admit it to yourself, admit it to people out there in the real world. Now, I know that is that's hyperbole on my part. I think we should all strive to lead a happy life, but do it for ourselves. And I don't think it's important that what other people think. I don't know. I feel like I care about what people think, but not when it comes to that sort of thing. I just think it's a waste of time. And we're giving people, we're living a lie, and there are people that believe it, and they're leading an ordinary life, and they're thinking, my life isn't so great because of all these people that are doing all these great things, and they're not necessarily. So just be who you really are. That's all I got to say today. Life will be so much easier for yourself, and you'll know who your friends truly are, because the people that are around you are going to be around you for who you really are instead of what they think you have and what they think they can get from you. And and they may not really think that way, but how do you know? How do you know that they're not with you for who you really are if you're not being yourself? So I hope you find this helpful, and if there's something else that you'd like to discuss that maybe you haven't seen me cover yet, let me know. Let's talk about it. All right? Well, I appreciate your time and hope to get together with you again soon.